I braid my hair because I love them. I also wear braids because they do grow my hair to unbelievable lengths. I don't wash my hair, but I do clean my scalp when needed. My hair does not smell at all. My hair stays moisturized and oil. I say what works for me may not work for you. Trial and error. The lady in the video has a very lovely hair that she grew from a tidy afro to tailbone length hair. Hands down, she's doing something right. So we're gonna unpack this with facts. Don't get mad.
Why are you running?
I am back! What it do, baby?
Story time. I must confess that when I wore my hair predominantly Team Natural Styles, moreover with my strands caked with layers and layers of products, I didn't know the real feel and state of despair of my hair. It was long to be sure, almost waist length, but a good quarter of that was damaged. I was getting frustrated with single strand knots and dusting the ends was not working. My scalp was also disgruntled and I was tempted to just put braids in and forget about my hair. After so much prayer, the Lord brought me to one of her videos into my feed 6 weeks ago and I clarified my scalp and hair and blow dried it. I wept at the state of my ends. Then I went all Edward Scissorhands on them. It's a frightening thing to feel your naked strands free from heavy oils and butters, but I had to face my fear. My scalp is gone on honeymoon, and though my hair is significantly shorter now, it is lightweight, healthy, and I brush it twice daily. We're getting to know each other, and I am falling in love with my hair so much. Wash day is an hour and a half from shampoo to set, and the best part is that for my children, four of my children are girls, and I have changed their hair routine too. The future generations is going to be good, y'all. I'm telling you, like, I am so in love with this woman and her accountability. Lastly, she said that hopefully my son will also encourage healthy hair practices in their households with their dads. Blessings to you, Miss Simmons Smith. And these are the things that I want all of us to unpack and talk about because here on social media, you see two different extremes, right? You see everywhere you turn, there's butters and oils and greases and all of the things, and they're constantly telling you that this is the way to grow your hair. But the truth of the matter is, there is an easier, simplistic way. And for whatever reason, we want to believe that these things are not for us. This is just one of many of my gurus within the 7 day challenge. And I added Jordan because Jordan is one of the OGs. She started at the very beginning, understanding that it wasn't just going to be like, okay, I joined the 7 day challenge, I used the one product, and then that's it. No, she understood that she had to transform her body from the inside out. So that's what we did. We transformed everything from the inside out. And then once she transitioned everything on the inside and set in place those new patterns that I teach, then she's been able to master her body. Right? And some of you are right. Yes, everybody's different. So within my groups and within my challenges, I teach you how to learn your scalp's profile. And when you learn your scalp's profile, you know exactly what to do. Now, am I saying that you'll never run into hiccups again? Absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying. The reason that I use Jordan as an example is because Jordan has been in the challenge for years and it doesn't matter what happens. Let's say Jordan goes out of town, and when she goes out of town, she gets braids and she leaves them in for like too long, then it's not going to be a big deal. You know why? Jordan has the tools to make sure she's not damaging her hair. And if something goes a little wrong, she has the tools to fix it. This is what I'm trying to let you know. My courses are a one-stop shop. Even though you will forever be a part of the group because you'll never want to leave because we have really good relationships and we're family in there. Like we go together. But it's something that you have to start from scratch from the beginning. And that is the thing that most of you don't want to part with. The reason that I read that very, very first comment, and through this video, there are going to be so many like testimonials, so many. So, pause it when you need to read it and then let the video keep playing. But when we are talking about the different methods that I teach here on my channel, most people get so offended because I say no oils, no butters, no greases, and then people are like, oh, well, you're saying that everything we do is wrong. Yeah, it is, because everything that you do is a procedure that you learn through following the leader. And what most of you don't understand is nothing that you guys are doing is new. When we are talking about Team Natural Wash and Goes, you guys are modern day Jerry curls. As I go through YouTube, right? If we just look at the Discovery Channel, I need you guys to tell me what is the difference between the way y'all hair looks and the way that our grandparents and our aunties and uncles and our parents were wearing their hair. There is no difference, right? But these are the two men that brought it to you. That's Jerry Reddington that made up the Jerry curl in the first place, and then y'all got 4C, 4B, 4W. You guys got that from Andre Walker, which was Oprah Winfrey's hairstylist, right? He's not anymore, but he was Oprah Winfrey's hairstylist. And you guys have been following them thinking that you're doing something new, where in reality, all you guys are doing is the Jerry curl right now. And some of you are so young, right? I can't believe I can say that now. Some of you are so young that you don't even know. Like if somebody says Jerry curl, you think pinky, like from that it's wet with Jerry curl juice. But the reality of it is that was a wet curl. But there's also a dry curl. And with the dry curl, their hair looked exactly like y'all's. I know y'all don't want to admit it, but there is literally no difference between the way the two of you look. So throughout the years, right? I've been making all of these videos and I get people that come up against me all the time. It doesn't matter because the same people who were talking about me 5, 6, 7 years ago have the same two follicles active on their scalp that they had when they first started talking about me. It does not matter because the science remains the same. And as we go through the rest of this video and you look at the comments that pop up on the screen, you don't have to take my word for it, because if I'm lying and making these things up, then every woman and every man, every review that you see pop up on the screen is making it up too. The comment that you see right now on the screen is a woman that's basically saying her mother is a lost cause. She tries to constantly tell her mom like the different ways to do her hair, and she's like, no, I'm doing my wash and goes. She said her mom flat irons her hair with the gel in it and her hair is thinning out. These are the things that I need y'all to understand, but it's so unfortunate because people like me will tell you these things over and over and over again, and you don't listen until your hair goes bald, right? And then once you go bald, you come back on YouTube and they tell you to put rice nipple juice in your hair, and then that doesn't work. And after you exhaust all of your options, then you run to see a dermatologist, a trichologist, like somebody like me. But a lot of times by that time, it's too late. Most times by that time, whatever was going to happen has already happened. Now, there are a lot of cases where balding and things of that nature are reversible, but my love, there are a lot of cases in which it is not. So most of you are online like, oh yeah, because we're gonna do hair like our ancestors and in Africa, but y'all don't know what's going on in Africa. But when you talk to people who are in Africa, like the person on the screen who made this comment, they were like, most women in Nigeria wear braids all the time and their hair is damaged, like they bald head, they don't have hair. These are the things that we don't think about, because when I say it, it's like, no, she's just trying to be mean. No, I'm not. I want you to think. What you see in front of you right now is a example of grid line set, right? The more you braid your hair, the more you set new patterns within the scalp. Your scalp can have stretch marks just like the rest of your body. And if you don't believe me, why don't you get some like if somebody has locks, right? And they just took their locks out, like they just combed their locks out. You can't comb your locks out and then that same day go see a barber. You want to know what the barber's going to tell you? The barber's going to tell you to go home, shampoo your hair, and wait at least a week so that the grids won't set. They can unset themselves because your scalp has stretch marks. And if you get a haircut as soon as you take the locks out, your scalp is gonna see you're gonna see a whole bunch of little squares, a whole bunch of partings. Where all of those partings were, your hair will still be parted like that in your haircut. That's a fact. Just go to a barber and ask them. So, for whatever reason, we dismiss that fact. We think that we can wear braids every day of our life, or we think we can wear braids for 6 to 7, 8 months out of the year and only taking our hair out. And when we do take our hair out, we put it in a ponytail or a clip or a bun. We don't do anything with it. And then we are trying to figure out why our hair is bald and thinning and while it's dry. Well, your hair is dry because you don't do anything to it. You literally just leave it sitting on your head. And then on top of that, your scalp doesn't have a memory. It doesn't have memory of flow. So let me tell you something. If your scalp can have stretch marks, if it can gain patterns from the way that you're styling your hair, why do you not think that your hair's follicle and your body systems can also gain those same patterns, right? At the end of the day, our hair is not meant to be in a ponytail or a tight style that has tension like braids. At the end of the day, your hair is supposed to flow freely on your head, right? But as it's flowing freely on your hair, you have to make sure that you are preparing your hair in a way that's going to make it easy for you to comb. It's going to make it easy for it to not have snags and tears in it. But see, the thing is, most black women are still under the same type of jerry curl manipulation that was around before y'all was even born. Team Natural is not new. Team Natural is modern day jerry curls. And a lot of y'all are going to be too emotional to admit it, but I really want nobody can honestly say to me that the women now in 2025 do not look identical to our ancestors that was wearing, not our ancestors, well, I mean they are ancestors, but to our aunties and uncles and our grandmas and grandpas. Y'all look exactly like them. There is literally no difference. It's the same thing. Then it's like, oh, they used to have jerry curl juice. Well, you got oil juice. Oil and grease that y'all have in your hair. If y'all lay your head down on the pillow is wet the same way the pinky shirt was wet. These are the things that I want y'all to unpack, but we're so blinded by rage bait. We're so blinded by all of these hacks that we can't think clearly. And what y'all don't know is when it comes to the whole thing with the Wave Nouveau, and especially because Wave Nouveau is still on the shelf, but the Jerry Reddington Jerry curl, that was the wet curl, right? How y'all all walk around with wet hair, how y'all all spray y'all hair with water bottles every 5 minutes. Y'all are not doing anything new. Pinky, it's Pinky, nigga, I gotta go pay. Pinky walked around with a water bottle or with Jerry curl juice in his purse or in his bag all the time, the same way y'all do. It's no difference. I know you want to say that it's different, but it's not different. It's not. And the reason that the Jerry Reddington Jerry curl came off the shelf, and you can go fact check me, go Google it for yourself. The reason that they took it off of the shelf was for hydra fatigue. Black women and men were having excessive hydra fatigue that was then leading to different forms of balding, alopecia, folliculitis, and all of the same exact scalp disorders y'all have today in 2025. So whether you want to admit it or not, all of the practices that you guys have been following from the Jerry curl techniques, because that's all you've done. Nobody in the Team Natural community has created anything new. They've just repackaged things. They repackaged the curl typing chart, right? 4B, 4C, 4W. Y'all think black women originated that? Absolutely not. Andre Walker originated that, and then y'all copied it and turned it into something else. And then as y'all copied that, y'all like, okay, how can I make money off of this? His products didn't sell, but I could use my Amazon links to sell these products with this curl typing chart. That's what happened. Y'all not gonna admit it, but that's what happened. And all of y'all were fooled, because this is the thing. If all of the techniques work, the Team Natural community has been going on for 12 years. Why are y'all still buying and trying new products if it worked? As a licensed cosmetologist, I used Kimbra my entire career. The only time I stopped using Kimbra on all of my clients was when I got my own product line. And when I closed down my product line, I went back to using Kimbra on all of my clients. And I've been in the hair industry for over a decade. So you make that make sense. Why isn't that y'all are getting new products every other week? And why is it that whenever women stop doing those things, their hair thrives? I tell y'all all the time, the only reason y'all listen to these women is because they had super long hair. But guess what? The women with super long hair are coming out. They're like, you know what? Girl, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm about to straighten my hair. I ain't straightened my hair in 7 years. And yup, I do search and destroy with my single strand knots. Yup, I sure do. I sure do search and destroy with my single strand knots. But that's how it's done. And then they blow dry and straighten their hair, and the wind is knocked out of them. Because all that length they thought they had is nothing. Because as a black woman, your hair looks different from it being swollen to stretched. When your hair is wet, it's swollen to the maximum. It is lying. You have no idea how your hair looks if you only see it when it's air dried or wet. And then your hair blown out. Your hair blown out looks very different than your hair straightened. But they made you all so freakishly scared of blow dryers and flat irons. And you know why? Because if you use the blow dryer and the flat iron like our sister at the very beginning of this video did, you will instantly see that it's not working. Think about it. If our sister was not scared of blow dryers and flat irons, she would have done that, like blow dried and flat iron her hair to see if it was working a couple of months into, and been like, you know what, never mind. And she wouldn't have had to cut her waist length hair off. She would have probably cut a couple of inches and then kept going with the pattern that she has now. But it's okay. It is. But there's no way that you're going to be able to get through the new levels that you want to get to still arguing and going back and forth online. And it doesn't matter how many videos your favorite people make about me. I'm never going to stop talking about it. I'm not. Because the results are here. Regardless of what anybody has to say. Now, a lot of people are like, oh my God, like, you always telling us what not to do, but you don't tell us what to do. If you go look on my channel, I have been saying these same things for over a decade. There are over 1,000 videos on my channel. You can binge watch all of my videos and collect what you need, or you can join the 7-day hair growth challenge. And the 7-day hair growth challenge teaches you how to manage your day, your daily life. That's why it's called the 7-day hair growth challenge. Or is all your hair gonna grow 37 inches in 7 days? No, but I am teaching you the real way to manage your hair. I want you to pay attention to this. Like I get comments like this a lot, like, okay, shut up, you talk so much, but like, tell us what to do. First of all, I'm not helping anyone like this, and people like this is why the exactly how to is behind a paywall, because I've been talking about these things for over a decade, right? But it was a battle between the people who y'all believed in me, right? It was a battle between hacks and the actual truth. But now, 10 years later, I'm not about to start it back up and start giving what's holy away when I've been in this for years, right? So there are so many different resources. I understand that right now, money may be funny and you may not be able to afford my courses, right? Well, we have a book for you, the 7 Day Challenge journal. Now, in the 7 Day Challenge journal, no, the full 7 Day Challenge is not in here, but all of my 7 Day Challenge members are getting their hands on this because it's guiding them even more and helping them keep track of things. But it's also great for you, even if you haven't joined the 7 Day Challenge. This is a journal that has so many different promptings and different journal entries like affirmations for you to get through and different diets and meal plans. There's a 7 day detox meal plan in this journal for you so you can learn how to start detoxing your body from the inside out, right? All of the things, right? Make sure you head over to Amazon, and in the Amazon store, it breaks down everything to you and lets you know exactly what the book entails, how many pages it is, and everything. I'm like turning, it's 105 pages, but I'm like trying to turn the pages in clumps so you can't see the pages that do have a bunch of wording on them because I don't want y'all stealing my stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's really, really easy. All you have to do is search Sam Smith on Amazon and I pop right up. I love you guys so much.